Good morning, Crystal Palace, and welcome to Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Lunch. My name is Galina.Rin. I am one of the three co-hosts of this program. Eleanor is one, Kat is the other, and I have decided not to put my stage lights in today. I'll just open my window and let the sun shine in. Well, okay, sunshine from behind some clouds. It's all good though, because we live in Crystal Palace where it's always sunny. No, it's not. Anyway, today we have a lovely lady who is called Katie Rose, and she has a big project that she's here to tell us all about. Won't you welcome Katie Rose? Hello.
Hey, hello, Crystal Palace. Hi, everybody. Hello. It's very nice to be invited on again. I really appreciate it. I came on at the beginning of lockdown, really early on, and I remember blushing through the whole thing because I was so embarrassed about being on video. So if I stop blushing, I'm still getting used to this whole online world that we're on. But I thank you for inviting me again, and hopefully my video skills have improved slightly since then.
Oh yeah, well you're looking good and you're sounding good, and that's all that matters. So
Yay!
why don't you just recap for folks who did not see the first one, what it is, who you are, and what you do.
So I hang out in Crystal Palace. I've lived here about 10 years and I love it. I love it. I love the community here. I feel very blessed. It's been a great place to be on lockdown because I go on walks and I get to see people I know a lot, which is lovely. So hello, if you've seen me on a walk, hello. Um, yeah, I basically run choirs. I run choirs. I'm a singer myself and a performer, and then I loved also sharing the joy of music with other people, helping people unlock their voices, helping people really tap into the magic of singing together in harmony. And I have always loved harmony. I love creating harmonies, I love arranging harmonies, and I love hearing people sing harmonies because, of course, if you make pieces of work with harmony, it's so nice to hear them all sung by different people. And so I absolutely love that. And I also believe that singing is a great force for change in the world. So many of my projects are about working in working in ways with singing that can be transformational and make our lives better, I hope. So I have worked in places like hospices and hospitals, carer centres, exclusion units for kids, using music to help people through very challenging circumstances. And I really feel honoured to witness that, the magic that singing can bring into people's lives. So that's really what it's all about for me. And I lead a local choir here, right in Crystal Palace, called the Welcome Choir. Hello to any of them that are watching, and any of my local friends that have come along and sung at various things locally.
Hooray! Where does the Welcome Choir? Where do they meet?
We meet on a Thursday night at St John the Evangelist, and thanks to the shift in current regulations, we are now just putting in place all our risk assessments. Oh my goodness, I've just spent
Hmm.
weeks with steam coming out of my ears, considering all the possible risks of chairs and teacups and everything you can imagine. But it's going to be wonderful to sing again in person. So we will be in the church hall because we've got a really big, airy hall that we can socially distance in. And I've just got, a room for a certain amount of people. And then we also have an outdoor space that we can use as well. And that's at St John the Evangelist, which is on Sylvan Road as you go down towards South Norwood Lakes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just found the website address for that and just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Amazing. So you have a larger project that you're coming over to talk to us about today. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. Sing for water.
Do you
Yeah.
want to tell us about perhaps start with the history of the thing and then what you're doing this year?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Sing for Water is about to, will be celebrating its 20th anniversary next year. And it was set up by an amazing composer, performer, musician, um, Helen Chadwick. And Helen set it up because there had been many events at that time. There'd been the war in Afghanistan. She wanted to do something to bring people together. And the aim at that time was to bring 100 singers to raise £1,000 for Water Aid. And she did this just on the South Bank um, back nearly 20 years ago. And it became a regular fixture. What happened was it kind of snowballed, and basically she also began inviting other conductors to come and conduct it. And to cut a long story short, basically over since that time, Sing for Water has raised £1 million for water aid projects across the world. And if you don't know about water aid support some of the world's poorest communities to have access to clean water and healthy sanitation. So, for example, in many villages that don't have water, you will find that it's often the women and the girls are having to walk 8 hours a day to go and fetch water from a source that is not safe. So not only do they face great risk and hazard to themselves as they're walking, that could be that they have accidents or they are attacked. So they have to face all those hazards on the way and come back again with a big tank of water on their shoulders or on their head, which then causes damage to them physically, all of that physical work. And they have to bring that water back knowing that it's unsafe and it could actually potentially kill or make their families really ill. So that's a kind of devastating prospect, really. And I think those of us who have the privilege of being able to turn on a tap can't really imagine what that's like. And so we're just passionate about helping stopping that because when it's not that difficult to plumb in a tap to a village, it really isn't. It's really possible. It's really available. It's something that, as I say, we take for granted here. So when a tap comes to a village or a pump station, the whole village changes. Um, the whole ethos of the village can change. For a start, those women and girls that have been walking for water can now start participating in education or work. And many times you'll find that the women actually take over the running of some of the water projects and they become businesses for them and they become community hubs around the water. So the whole village is transformed. And not to mention, of course, the most important thing is that people are safe. They're not dying of simple diseases that are curable, things like chronic diarrhea and and also horrible things like different sorts of parasites that are passed on in unsafe water. So really, I think we have a photo, I'm not sure if you've got it, of the founder, Helen Chadwick, with a bottle of
Yep.
dirty water.
Yeah, she's up on the screen. I've gone through all your photos while you've been talking, so yeah,
Oh,
it's up.
great, you've done it. So you're so efficient. So Helen was demonstrating last time that we were outdoors last year, and I'll come on to what the event is normally like. But Helen got a bottle of Thames water and showed and said, "Would you drink this water? Would you drink this?" None of us would, and yet people in the world are having to drink that water. So Sing for Water basically brings people together from choirs across the country to raise funds for water aid because water aid are working with local NGOs to bring in taps, to bring in wells, to set up sanitation projects that then mean that all those awful consequences stop happening and people can have safe water and transform their lives basically.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's been going for so long as well. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming we're showing photos here at the South Bank with hundreds of people all gathered around. Assuming had not happened this year. What's the plan for this year's show?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Normally we have anywhere between 500. Some years I've been there. I mean, the regulations have changed, but I've been there some years when we've had 800 people all squashed into the scoop and the audience. So, of course, none of that can happen in the time of social distancing. And we have to now go online. And I just want to thank everyone, all the singers who've stayed loyal to the project, many of whom have been singing and fundraising since the beginning. There is one choir called the Great Gustos. I just want to give them a shout out because they've been coming and fundraising every year. Um, but choirs like my own, also who've been coming a few years, and other choirs for many years, very loyal people who've joined us for online rehearsals. We've been doing pop-up rehearsals over the summer. People have also been still learning the repertoire as they would normally in their choirs, but of course they've obviously been doing online rehearsals. And we're just lining up for our big virtual event on the weekend on Sunday. Obviously, it won't be a public event because basically we can only, with Zoom, we have limitations. We can only really sing along. But what we're going to do is have this wonderful presentation of all our songs in really unusual ways with lots of special artists and guests and all our normal speeches and celebratory happenings. And everyone from the choirs will come and sing along with that. And then we're going to make a highlights video, which will then be shared with the general public a couple of weeks later. So that's the plan.
Okay, so just so I can understand this, the actual performance bit is closed to the folks who are performing in it.
At the moment, yeah, because really on Zoom they can't really perform, as it were, because on Zoom you can't sing at the same time. If you and I know you know this, but if you and I sang together, we wouldn't be in time, we would be delayed. So
Yeah.
you would be slightly after me, or I would be slightly after you. So it's impossible. So if you imagine hundreds of people doing that, it's just going to be a huge cacophony, not to mention all the background noise that happens in people's homes. So yes, it's sadly not possible for us to record everyone, but we can obviously see everyone on video and present different versions of the songs so that they sing along. They're gonna, if they feel like it, they can send us clips and videos of themselves taking part, and we edit that all together and make a special video that then can be shared with the public to say, yes, we did it, because of course our very generous friends and family have still been sponsoring us as they would normally, and contributing. And so we want to we will share a lovely video with our friends and family to say thank you.
So that video, is it going to be live streamed, or is it just going to be emailed out, or what's the
It will
plan?
be, thank you. It'll be available on the Thames Festival, because this is a partnership project between the Sing for Water team, which is a team of conductors, which is I'm on that team, and that was Helen. Helen originally set that team up, and in partnership with Thames Festival. And then, of course, WaterAid is the charity partner. So we have a kind of a three-way partnership. And the Thames Festival will be broadcasting and recording the highlights. And they normally stage manage and produce the whole event for us, which is takes a huge amount of organisation, as you can imagine. It takes us a whole year to get it together, because it involves when you've got huge amounts of people in a big outdoor space and audience, etc., it takes a lot of planning. So we're very grateful to all the Thames team, WaterAid team, and also my fellow conductors. I must thank them, particularly Roxanne Smith, who I co-direct Sing for Water London with. And I should also say that it's actually a national movement. You know, the Sing for Water London, the one you've just seen pictures of, is just one event. There are Sing for Water events all over the country, and Helen has always been very generous and said, yeah, just run with it and do your own events. So there are now events happening in Wales, Ireland, Scotland, all parts. There's a Sing for Water North, there's a Sing for Water West. I've been to visit some of them, and it's been amazing. So just a big, yeah, it has become nationwide. But this is the original starting event, Sing for Water London.
Cool. That is very cool. So you sent us over some lyrics here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this? It's not in English, it seems.
It's not in English. This is Pakari Kari Anna. It's a traditional Maori song, and this is one of our songs that from our repertoire um, for this year. We choose a range of 7 songs. They're all from around the world, and they have kind of watery themes. So I'm not sure if you're showing the lyrics already, but you
I
can
am,
see that
yes.
there's some and some of the lyrics translate watery, about the seas. And this song has just got a beautiful, beautiful melody. So I thought I would perhaps teach it to anyone who's watching. Over these last months, I've managed to get used to kind of just teaching people that aren't with me physically a new skill that I never thought I'd learn. So I thought I might sing a few lines backwards and forwards so that anyone that would like to join in at home might like to. What do you reckon?
Yeah, you may as well give it a go. Give it a go. Why not? A lot of the choir folks come and go out of these shows throughout the day, so I'm sure that somebody at home will sing with you.
Thank
Reasonably sure. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Thank you very much for your encouragement. And yeah, I know Eleanor obviously has a wonderful choir, 2 choirs locally and more, and has many choirs. So I know that she often brings in her choir audience. So hello to anyone in Eleanor's choirs as well, and anyone in my choirs listening, and anyone in any other choirs listening, or anyone that just wants to sing for fun. Why not? If you want to sing in Maori for the first time, perhaps. Here we go. So I'm going to sing a line at a time slowly, and I'm going to repeat it. Here we go. Um, Po kari kari ana. Let's try that again. Po kari kari ana. Na waya waya poo. Na waya go back to the beginning, put some of that together. I'm going to do 2 lines at a time this time. Here we go. Po kari kari ana, nai waya waya poo. Here we go again. Po kari kari ana, na waya waya poo. Fiti atu koe hine, marino anae. Fiti atu koe hine, marino anae. I'm just going to finish the last bit for you. E hine. Here we go. E hine. Hoki maira, hoki maira, kamate aha, kamate aha, ite aroha ite aroha I'm going to sing those last bits from Ehine E. I'm going to sing that bit through. Have a go and sing along with me. I'll sing it twice. Ehine hoki maira kamate aha ite aroha Let's just go back to the beginning because I know we're running close to our time. So let's just sing through from the beginning, whatever you can make up that goes along with any of that. This is Pokari Kari Ana. It's a beautiful song. Hayley Westerner sang it very famously and lots of other people. Check it out on YouTube. Here we go. Pokari Kari Ana Nai Waya Waya Poo Fiti atu koe hine, marino anae, e hine, hoki maira, kamate aha, ite aroha. There we go. That's one of our songs.
That does sound very good. It's quite. I sang a song in Japanese once, and it's got the syllables in that are very like Japanese.
Yeah,
Although obviously not the same words, but the syllables sound the same a little bit. It's very nice. It's cool. I also really enjoy singing in other languages just because it gives you a different idea of melody and how words are put together when you start looking at them in different languages. Do you sing a lot in different languages?
Yes, yes, and I really enjoy that, and I feel that it's important. I think especially when we live in a multicultural, diverse community such as London, it's really, really important that we honour that there are many, many traditions of music and that they all need to be celebrated and that we listen for all the amazing voices and all the amazing sounds and all the, as you say, all the different types of melodies that are created. Um, and obviously, I work particularly with voice, so voice and harmony. I'm just fascinated hearing that. And Sing for Water has always been about celebrating our global connection and realizing that we are a global community. That if I have some water, someone else doesn't have water, that's not right. And I am part of a global community, and I need to do something about that. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much for coming in and joining us. Coming in like anybody leaves their house anymore. It's great. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. So I've linked in all of Katie Rose's links into the chat and also into the description. If you'd like to follow her along, where's the best place that people can contact you?
You can find me on Facebook or Twitter. It's Katie Rose Window. Yeah, just pop that into Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. You can find me there too, or you can drop me a line through my website, which I know you've linked into this. So yeah.
It's all there. It's all there to play for. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'll just run over the last bits of things. That's terrible, terrible, terrible. This weekend on Saturday, we're going to have the Crystal Palace Lockdown Live. Will be at our venue, hooray! And there'll be a bit of an audience. It'll be our very first audience. If you go over to the Crystal Palace Lockdown Live group, you will probably find all the information you probably need there. I haven't linked it in here because I've only just remembered about it because, you know, there's a lot to try and remember. But I know that all of you guys are very familiar with the Crystal Palace Lockdown Live, Shane and Corey. So just go over to their group and check out what the information is. If you want tickets, they will have them, but the tickets are limited to 20 people each because we're not allowed to have that many folks in the library. The library is open at the moment, but only on a Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and this is only between 11 o'clock and 4 p.m. and it's only by appointment. This means you have to contact Lambeth Libraries directly if you would like to pick up a book or you'd like to leave back a book. They are asking that you make an appointment. And if you need to use a computer, there are only 2 available. And again, these are by appointment only, so you cannot turn up. You cannot just turn up. Unfortunately, we are not open for studying. We are not open for browsing. The Library of Things is still remote, so you can have them deliver stuff to your house, but they're not working out of the venue just yet. We don't have a deadline of how long this is going to last, so we'll just have to wait and see. I'm afraid that's just the way it is. If you would like to be on the show, we are fully booked for this week. However, we are still looking for folks for next week. And all you need to do is email me and I will drop my contacts into the chat here. But it's also all in the description. If you are a local business, a local charity, you're just maybe a local person that wants to talk about a thing, I think I'm going to open up Fridays to be the free form Friday where anyone from the local area can come on and tell us whatever they like. And I know you guys want to talk about traffic. However, we'll probably stick with the same Crystal Palace local Facebook group rule of no helicopters. Yeah, why not? No helicopters, please. Also, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, if you've got a member of your family or a neighbor or anything like that needs a bit of help getting online, this is a digital world now, and we are all digital citizens. Netizens. Oh, it's a terrible word, isn't it? Netizens. Woo. Our Casper from Clear Community Web will happily teach whoever wants to know how to use online banking, shopping, all that kind of jazz. I've put his contacts in there as well. And All Alone Together project is still running. It's a very short questionnaire on our website, 4 questions. And then you'll be asked if you are happy for Eleanor to interview you. If that is the case, your interview will be used as a podcast, archived by the British Library. Hooray! And also archived in our library, where folks far and wide into the future will be able to come to the library and listen to all your lovely voices talking about what it was like to live in this time. Isn't technology wonderful? Anyway, that's what I'll leave you with today. So thank you very much all for joining us. Thank you very much to Katie Rose for joining us too. Hey, that's so super nice. And we will see you all tomorrow. See, I'm trying to sing now. That's ridiculous. I'll just go back into my cave. That'll be lovely. Lovely. All right. See you all tomorrow. Bye.